Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Daisy. Welcome to Luciana's World. This channel actually belongs to my daughter. Okay, so but anyway, I am a mother, so it means that I am part of her world. That means I can always come here once in a while to show myself. So that brings me to the main gist of the day, which is why we live in a very cheap apartment in Brazil. Okay, so this video is actually targeted towards foreigners intending to move to Brazil to live. Okay, so it is very important for you to know one or two things about Brazil so you know how to manage your life when you arrive Brazil. Okay, so but before I move on into the main talk, I would like you to know that Brazilians and Brazil generally, Brazilians are very kind to people. They are very kind people, amazing people, very thoughtful people, and they are very kind to foreigners. Like very kind to foreigners. They are not mean towards foreigners, and that means that you would never have a problem living in Brazil as a foreigner. You would never have any fear or worry living in Brazil as a foreigner. However, the only issue about Brazil that I would say is the issue of jobs and money. Okay, money can be very tight in Brazil, and that is why I am making this video today. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I live in a very cheap apartment, very cheap, like extremely cheap. So it might interest you to know why I live in a very cheap apartment, though I didn't intend to live here. And even if I didn't intend to live here, I would have still not rented a very expensive apartment. I might rent a better apartment than this, but I would still not rent a very expensive apartment because of the economical situation in Brazil. So it is very important for you to know that money can be very tight in Brazil. So if you're coming in as a foreigner, you're not a rich person, okay? You need to learn to manage. That is the message of this video. And how do you manage? Is one of the things I will be saying today. So you might want to learn from my story. You might want to learn from what I'll say today. It might help you to manage other areas of your life in order for you to be able to cut down expenses. Okay, so now initially when we moved into the city, we were very new, and then we didn't have an apartment. So we saw this place. Okay, we just moved in temporarily to be here. Okay, while we looked for another apartment, yeah, better apartment than this. Yeah, like I said, better apartment than this, but then I wouldn't have rented like a too expensive apartment. I would have still been on the budget, but way better than this place. Okay, so but anyway, like I said, we moved here, we were staying here, and then we kept looking for an apartment. But anyway, to cut the long story short, we were not making any progress when it came to that. So anyway, I just looked at it like, okay, we've been staying here and everything had seemed so easy, like getting to the city center is so easy. Everything is so easy from here because we are right at the center, like we are right at the city center. The metro station is just a minute or 2 minutes walk to me, like no stress at all, just in front of my house, in front of my building. And then everywhere is easy to go to from here. Like everywhere is easy to go to from here. It's easy to go to the city center where you find Africans making hair, where you find Africans selling Nigerian food stuff and Nigerian. For those of you that don't know, I am Nigerian. Okay, so we live here, we are foreigners, and I am narrating my story as a foreigner. So this is a foreigner's experience. So then when I looked at it, like, okay, we've been looking for an apartment, it's not coming through the way we want, and everything seems so easy from here. And to top it all, the rent is very cheap, like really cheap. So it gave us the opportunity to like save more. It gave me the opportunity to save more. I don't work due to my health issues. I have a pending health issue being investigated at the moment. So as a result of that, I'm not able to work. So, but the little I get here and there, it is important for me to save it. Okay, so I decided, okay, let's just stay here. The rent is cheap. We're able to save more. And we're able to get to everywhere we want to go to so super easily. Metro station is just right here. This place, this whole area is an expensive area where rent is very expensive, and then we get this very funny looking apartment for very cheap. Okay, let's just stay here since we have everything easy. So we decided to stay. Then I enrolled my daughter in the school. The school is so amazing. Like, it's a public government school, but then it looks like a private school. I'm like, okay, this is the icing on the cake. I like the school. I'm not going anywhere because I don't want to change her school. So anyway, we decided to settle here. So my apartment is it's small, not so small, but small, like a normal one-room apartment. And then it's not as nice as any other apartment, but then we are here, we're maintaining it, and then we are here. And this affords us the opportunity to save. the main motivation for ending up staying here is the ability to be able to save. Okay, the fact that we're able to save one or two things here and then more than usual is the reason for staying here. Now, why is it important to save your money when you arrive Brazil? It is not a time to spend what you have extravagantly. Okay, so Brazil is not a country where you pick money on the street. It's not like Canada, it's not like America, UK, where you find jobs easily and then they pay you in pounds, pay you in dollars, pay you in up. Even when you get a job here in Brazil, the salary is still not enough. Not to talk of you being a foreigner and then you cannot speak the language. It is very important for you to know that to get a job in Brazil, you need the language. Except you want to teach English language online, then you don't need the language. But then you still need the language for everyday activity here and there, talking to people here and there, going to the market, going to the pharmacy. You still need the language to be able to communicate. Okay, so but in terms of a job in Brazil, you need to speak the language. So imagine if you don't know how to speak the language. How do you get a job? No one is going to employ you, not because you're not qualified, but because you cannot communicate with people, interact with people, do things. How do you run your day-to-day activities at work if you're not able to speak the language? So that brings about difficulty in finances. If you don't have a job, it means you don't have money. So when eventually you're able to speak the language and then you get a job, salary is still very, very low. So how do you manage your life? And now it is very important for you to know that there are so many things you need money for. Brazilians are very kind, very amazing people, beautiful people, very helpful people. They will give you anything. They will help you with anything. But then there is no money in circulation. So nobody's giving anybody money. Not because they are stingy, no, but because they themselves, they don't have. But when it comes to food, clothing, social services, all these things, they are there for you. They will do everything for you. They'll help you in every way. But there is no money. So nobody's giving money. Nobody's helping with money because money is not in circulation. So whatever you have, learn to save. It doesn't matter where you're living. You're not living to impress anyone. You're not living your life to show the world, oh, you have arrived, oh, I'm abroad. You don't need that. Live your life the simplest way you can so you can save. I have only one child now, and I know how much I spend every day. Then now imagine those that have 2 children, 3, 4 children in this Brazil. How do you survive with very low pay? How do you survive? So anyway, that is why we are here. We are here and it is helping us save gradually. Let me tell you circumstances in which you will need money a whole lot as time goes on as a foreigner in Brazil. Imagine when it comes to a situation whereby you get to a level where you are qualified for your permanent residence. You need money for that process. Now, moving forward, you get to a level where it's time for you to apply for your citizenship as a foreigner. Now you're qualified and you want to process your citizenship. You need money. Now, day-to-day eating, feeding children. If you have children, you're here with your family, you need money. Money is tight in Brazil. You need to get this right. So anywhere you see to abide, as long as you are able to keep it clean, neat, sleep, wake up, and you have something to eat, it is okay to live cheap in order to be able to meet all your demands in life. It might not be all, but you will be comfortable enough to bring out something to help yourself when the need arises. Okay, so imagine if you spend extravagantly, you want to show the world you're living in the best place, and then you go rent a place that your means cannot handle, and then you don't have any savings. At the end of the day, you will beg. And when you beg, you would not even find people to help you financially. When you want to meet certain needs, you will not be able to. So it is better to live cheap so you have savings, and then you would be able to meet some of your demands or your needs rather in life. Okay, so if you see family, oh, you might come here and say, oh, but some family are living in 2-bedroom apartment. Let me tell you something. If you don't see them doing anything reasonable, you don't see them going to work, coming back, you don't see them hold any important position in any company, they are into drugs, and they are also into other criminal activities in Brazil. It is very common to be a drug peddler. Very common. So a lot of people you see, they don't speak the language, but they're living fine. They're living in 3-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom. They are not doing anything legit. Take it from me, I live here. They are doing one criminal job or the other to survive. You don't see the wife working. You don't see the husband doing anything reasonable, and they are foreigners and they are living here. Man, watch it. They are into one criminal activity or the other. I would rather live cheap than live a criminally inclined life, and then maybe get myself in trouble. Even if I don't get in trouble, I will never involve myself in any criminal activity to live big. I would rather live cheap, live poor until I achieve my goals in life. When you save the way you are, you're saving, you're managing yourself, you would definitely, and you have plans, you would definitely be able to reach every single one of your plans, and you will get to your destination. As long as you have dreams, you have plans, and you're saving the little you have, everything is achievable. My apartment is very cheap, very, very cheap, and I'm happy that I'm able to save one or two things here and there to survive. Okay, so in my next video, I will be showing you around my cheap apartment. Before I move on, I would like to say when I moved here, I didn't have to buy anything. I didn't have to buy anything. Like I met the TV here, I met the fridge, I met the cooker, the gas stove, everything. Even the oldest couch in the world, I have it here. The bed, I met it here. I didn't have to buy anything. So it's practically a cheap world. The only thing I did was to bring my properties, our clothes and all of that stuff. That's the only thing we brought right in here. Every other thing is here. The very day I leave here, I don't take anything with me. Okay, so imagine you want to travel. It's just important to have savings. Live a simple life so you can have little savings here and there. Just imagine you want to travel to your home country. How would you get money for your ticket? How would you get money for your ticket? Or even if you want to do minor travels here and there, you want to go to Argentina, you just want to go with family, go enjoy. Have savings so that you will be able to enjoy every other little comfort, every other needs, that can bring you comfort and happiness as well. But when you put everything in your mouth, you don't have any savings, you will not be able to do every other thing that you have planned up in your life. Okay, live cheap. If you don't have anything, live low. Save more. Live low and save more. Do not involve yourself in any criminal activity so you don't get yourself in trouble. Even if you will not get in trouble, it's best to live clean. Thank you so much. Before I go, I would like to say in my next video, I will be showing you around my cheap apartment. Okay, I'll be showing you around to see what I found in this place. The TV, the fridge, everything I found here. So you see my apartment and you see how we're living our simple and best life at the moment. Anyway, my daughter is in school. It's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. I hope you have enjoyed this tale and I hope you have learned one or two things. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. I'll see you in my next video. If you have any questions, you can put it down in the comment section. I'll be there to answer. Thank you. Bye.